Hey everyone, my name is Riley and this video is a complete ConvertKit tutorial for beginners. This video will cover everything that you need to know, from creating your account, adding and importing subscribers, how to use ConvertKit to create beautiful emails, how to use the email automation function, and even how to build landing pages using ConvertKit. If you do not yet have a ConvertKit account, all I ask is that you sign up to ConvertKit using the top link in the description. That is an affiliate link. It comes at no extra cost to you, and I just get a small kickback on the sale. That is how I keep the lights on here at this channel, and it allows me to create more awesome content like this. So to start out, we want to go over to ConvertKit. You can do this by either going to convertkit.com or by clicking the top link in the description of this video, and it's going to take you over to this screen right here. So before we actually jump in, we need to figure out which ConvertKit account you need to get access to. So to do this, let's go over to pricing. Now, the way that ConvertKit works in terms of the pricing model is it is based off how many subscribers you have on your email list. Now, if you are brand new to email marketing and this is the first piece of email software you are ever using, then you can just go with this free plan right here. And this is the one that I would recommend. It's $0 per month and it's completely free for the first 1,000 subscribers that you have. This plan is awesome as well, so you can create unlimited landing pages, you can create unlimited forms, you can send out emails and broadcasts, you can set up audience tagging and segmentation. And the only thing that you can't do, and this is going to be a limitation for some people, so even if you do have less than 1,000 subscribers, you still might want to go for this creator plan, and this is the reason why. It doesn't have automated email sequencing. So when you think of an email autoresponder, you are probably thinking of an email tool where you can create your emails in one batch and then you can automate them to go out at certain times. Now, this is not possible with the free version of ConvertKit, but it is with the creator plan. So if you do need the automated email sequences, then you can go for the creator plan. Otherwise, if you don't need that and you have less than 1,000 subscribers, then we want to go with the free plan. If you are coming to ConvertKit and you have already been using another email marketing tool and you have more than 1,000 subscribers, we want to go up and enter in how many people you currently have on your email list. So if you have 20,000 people on the email list that you have with another software, then set this to the amount that you have, and then you can see how much you will be paying per month. So we can set that right there, and then you can either click sign up for free if you have less than the 1,000 subscribers, or if you don't, we can get a free trial of ConvertKit. The difference between these is the free plan is free forever, whereas the ConvertKit free trial is either 14 or 30 days. I can't quite remember. So just click on the plan that you need, and then you can go through and create your account. So you just enter in your name, your email address, and the password that you want to create, and then we can click on Get Started. So once we click on Get Started, this is now going to go through and create our ConvertKit account. And it's now going to ask us a few questions. So the first thing it's going to ask is, do you already use an email marketing tool in your business? So you can select if you are or aren't already using an email marketing tool. If you are, click on Yes, and then it's going to ask which email marketing tool you use. So just select that. For example, we could go MailChimp and continue. But if not, just select no, and then we can continue either way. It's then going to take us through to this screen where it asks how big is our audience. This is not asking how big your email list is. It's asking how big your audience is on YouTube, on Instagram, wherever you have your audience. This is what it is asking for, not how many people you have on your email list. So for me, with my GeForce North YouTube channel, this has 5,000 to 15,000 as the audience. We can then click on continue, and then it's going to say, tell us about yourself. So we just want to enter in the business name right here. I'm going to go for GeForce North. Then once the business name is entered, we can click on continue. And it's then going to ask for your custom domain. Now it says custom domain. However, this is basically a ConvertKit domain. So if you already have a domain that you're going to link up, or you plan on buying one, this isn't super important. However, what we can do is just enter in the first part of the domain. So right now my domain would be geforcenorth.ck.page. But what I'm going to do is just take these hyphens out. We can enter in the domain right there and then click on continue. It's then going to ask what type of creator are we? So we just want to enter in one of these. So for me, it would probably be influencer, or YouTuber would probably be better. So enter in what type of creator you are, whether you are a blogger, an artist, any of these. And then we can click on continue. Once we click on continue, this is now going to take us into ConvertKit, and we now have our ConvertKit account. Fantastic. Let's now start using the tool. So the first thing that we are going to do inside of ConvertKit is we actually want to go into the back-end settings, and there are a few things that we need to set up. So all we are going to do to access this is click on your name in the top right corner, and then go down to settings right here. This is then going to take us over to the settings area. And what we want to do is go down to email right here on the left-hand side. Now, the reason that we do this first of all, and this is probably the most important thing that we can do, is because when you set up your ConvertKit account, you probably signed up with a regular email like Gmail or Hotmail or iCloud or Outlook or one of these other mainstream emails. Now, the reason this is bad is because, as we can see, if you are using a free email address like this is going to negatively impact your deliverability. Effectively, when you are actually sending out your emails, the email tools that people are using, so Gmail, Hotmail, iCloud, all of these, they basically have spam filters in place. And if your email is coming in and you are using one of these free domains as well, this basically says, hey, this is a free domain, this is not a serious business, so we are going to limit the reach that it gets. So to get around this, we don't want to be using one of these free email addresses, and we want to link up our own domain. If you do not already have a custom domain that you can use to add the email in right here, then the one that I recommend is Namecheap. This is where you should buy your domain and also set up your email. Now, I will leave a link to the tutorial that I made on how to do this in the description of this video. So make sure to check that out, set up your domain and your email, and then you can come back to this video to see exactly how we set this up. But once you have that set up, or if you already have a professional email that you can add here, all we are going to do is click on add from address. Then in here, where it asks for the email address, you paste in the email address right there. Then we can enter your name. So I'm just going to say this is Riley Holden. Then we can click on add email. It's then going to send this verification through. And essentially what it's going to do is just send a verification email to the email address that we entered right here. Once you have added and confirmed that professional email address, we would then want to scroll down to the mailing address right here. And you want to enter in your address. So we can enter the street address, the city, the state or province, the zip code, and then country. And then once that is entered, we want to go down and click save. We now have the back-end settings set up. So you should now have your professional email, and you should also have your address in right here. So let's now go back to the main ConvertKit dashboard. Up here along the top, we can see we have a few different sections. So we have Grow, and this is going to show you everything to do with your subscribers and email list. We then have Send, so this is where you can create email templates, you can create broadcasts and sequences. Automate, where you can automate your email sequence. The Earn section, where you can earn money with ConvertKit. And then we have the Learn section, where you can get access to the community, any questions that you have. That is all set up right here. So the first area that we are going to go into is Grow and then Subscribers. In the subscribers area, this is where we can see all of the subscribers that we currently have that are signed up to our ConvertKit account. If you are moving over from another email marketing tool, then we can actually import your subscribers into this area right now. To do this, all we are going to do is click on Add Subscribers right here. As the tag name, we can leave this as the default. It's just going to tell us when we imported these, and just click on Create Tag. Next, we can go in and we can choose whether we want to add a single subscriber. This would take a long time to do it one by one. So instead, we want to go import a CSV. Then what you want to do, I will do this with MailerLite, but you can essentially do this with any email marketing tool that you have. You want to log in to your old email marketing software, then navigate over to the subscribers area. And right here, you should be able to select all subscribers. So we can select all, then go up to actions and export CSV. If you are struggling to do this and you are struggling to find this area, just open up a new tab on YouTube and you will be able to search this. So let's say you are on MailChimp. We could search how to export subscribers MailChimp. And then we have a few videos that show up right here. So just how to export subscribers and then the email service you are currently with. Then you will be able to find a video right there. Then once this is downloaded, we can download that CSV file. Once you have your CSV file, we can just go in here, drop the CSV file in. Once that is imported, we just want to go down here and then where it says subscriber, just flick this over to email. Then we can click on import subscribers. And just like that, it's now going to import all of the subscribers that we just added. So this may take a few minutes, so you can just sit back and wait. And just like that, as you can see, I now have all of my subscribers in here. So once you start to populate this subscribers area with emails, it's going to look like this. We can see a bar chart right here that's going to show all of the subscribers we have on different days. So because I added all of my subscribers today, it's just going to show up right here as 100 new subscribers. But let's say that we got 25 subscribers on May 18th. That's going to show up right here. Then 30 the next day would show up right here. And we can see basically a bar chart of all of the new subscribers. We can then scroll down and see the total number of subscribers we've had over the lifetime of this. And then we can also see over the last 90 days, what was the average open rate of our emails? What was the average click-through rate? So the click-through rate is basically if you add a link into your email, what percentage of people that opened the email actually clicked through. And then we can also see how many emails we sent over the last 90 days. Then we can see all of the emails down here that we have added to the email list. And that is the subscriber area. The next thing that we can do is if we go to this Grow tab, we can also create landing pages and forms within ConvertKit. So with the landing pages, this is where we can actually go ahead and set up a page to capture people's emails. And I will walk you through exactly how to do that. So we just go up to create new right here. Then we can choose between if this is a form or a landing page. We want to go for a landing page. And then we have all of these templates right here. Now, some of these are definitely going to be better than others, depending on what niche you are in. But what I personally like to look for is just a simple landing page like this. For any of these landing pages, you can click on preview. And this is going to bring up the preview area where we can take a look at this before we choose it. And if we do like it, we can then click on choose. And that's going to load us in to the ConvertKit editor. So this is the landing page editor right here. It's very easy to use. If we want to change some text, all we do is click on the text and then we can delete and replace this. So I'm going to say Riley Holden. On this right hand side, we can then change the font color. So if I wanted to change this to red, I could change it right there. We can change the font size as well as the font weight. So let's just go back and set this to how it was before. We will go for black right here and then maybe turn this down a little bit. And that is how you can edit the text. So I actually quite like this, but I want to change Lauren's to Riley's weekly newsletter on, and then I will say on digital marketing and software reviews, just like that. Then we can go up and if we want to change the image, we can click into the image right here. Then we can go replace and then choose our own image. So I'm just going to use this image of myself right here. We can wait until this loads in. And just like that, this image is now going to be replaced. Then for this text right here, I will just say YouTube content creator. Just like that. And then we now have this all set up. The only other thing that we can edit here is this email bar. So we can go in, we can change the label. So right now this says email address, but we can change this. We can change the font color, the border color, and everything that we need. Then once you have your landing page set up, we can click on publish right here. Then as you can see, this website is now live. However, the link that we have here is not the best. This is certainly not a customized domain in any way. So if you do want to link up a customized domain, we can just go here into settings. Then we can go down to domain names. And then to actually set up a domain that we can select here, what I'm going to do is just duplicate this tab. And then I'll show you how we can set this up. So once again, we just go into settings. Then this time we want to go to domains right here. And this is where we can connect up our domains. So we want to go down to custom domains. Then we can either buy a new domain. I don't recommend doing this. Instead, we want to connect an existing domain. And then you can set up your domain right here. So you would just enter in the domain, click on next, and you can set it up like that. If you do need a place to buy domains, Then once again, I would recommend Namecheap to buy your professional domain. And if you do want to get your domain from Namecheap, I will leave a link in the description of this video. So those are the landing pages right there. Those are basically the main things that we can do in the growth section. And this is what I'm going to cover in this beginner's tutorial. Next, let's go to send and then go to the sequences section. This is where we can set up an email sequence that is going to go out on autopilot. This is the main function of an email marketing autoresponder. So to actually get started with setting this up, we just want to go to sequences and then click on new sequence in this top right corner. In here, we can choose a template for the sequence. So we have this template, which is text only. We then have the dark theme template, which I will click in and show you now. So this is one of the templates that we can use. Or we also have the light theme template, which is the same as the dark, but it's just a lighter color. Now, when creating specifically sequence emails, I recommend to go for text only, as usually when you are creating sequences, this is the one that we want to go for. So this is the email editor for the sequence emails over on ConvertKit. The first thing that we can do is create a subject line. So in here, I'm just going to say, have you heard of this new software? It's pretty enticing and would get people to click. And then right here, we can now go down and we can start writing out this email. So everything that is in here, we want to delete apart from this bottom bar that says subscribe, update your profile. In fact, we can't even delete this. This is required by law. But what we can basically now do is go through and start typing out this email. So I would say like, hey, it's Riley. Then we can go down and start basically typing out the rest of this email. Something else that we can do is if you look here, it says type a slash to add blocks. So if we type slash, this is where we can add in a bunch of different things into the email. So we can add paragraphs, we can add headings, we can add bulleted and numbered lists, we can add personalization, we can add buttons, icons, images, files, videos, all of these different things we can only get access to when we click on this slash icon. So let's say I want to go in and add an image. I would just go down to the image area, click on this, and I can now upload my image into here. Just as an example, I'm just going to grab a YouTube thumbnail that I created a few days ago. And right here, you can see that image is now added in. So that is how we can add images. We can then go in, type slash again, and add any of these. So let's say we want to add a heading. We can add this in right here. And then as soon as we click enter, we are going to go back to the normal typing that we can do. One other thing that I do want to show you in this email area is how we can actually add personalization. So if we go up here, maybe we want to add somebody's name. So let's click on slash. Then we can go down here to personalization. And then we can see we can go for a subscriber's first name, a personalized greeting. And then these two are a little bit more advanced. I wouldn't go for these. But what we can do is go for a subscriber first name and add to email. And then the first name of the subscriber that you have, it's automatically going to put in right here. You see it puts a little bit of code. If this person is called James, for example, then it's going to go in and say like, hey, James. Or if they are called Ashley, then it's going to say, hey, Ashley. And it's going to look like this. So that is how you can go through and actually create the email. And then up here, we can say, when do we want to send this email? So after the person subscribes to our email list, when do we want to send the email? So for this first one, I can say after 1 day. And this is going to send out on the first day. So this is the first email that my subscribers are going to get. Once you have set all of this up, we can click on publish. And that email is now going to be published and saved. Then for the second email in this sequence, we just go down to add email right here. And then we can do the same thing. So for day number 2, the first thing that we want to do is set this to the second day, just like that. And then we can see this is going to be sent on day 1. Then this email is going to be sent on day 2. So we can then go in and create another subject line. So I can say, have you seen this? Then once again, we can go through, delete all of this, and we can start typing out the email just as before. So you can set all of your emails up right here. We can then go add another email and set this to day 3. Type out the email, and this right here is how we can create a sequence inside of ConvertKit. Now, if we just back out to the main area, and this is one that's here by default, so you can just go ahead and delete this. But we can now see that we have the sequence right here. Now, to rename this, we just want to go in and edit. And then in the top left corner right here, we can name this to whatever we want. So I'm just going to call this software email sequence. All of my emails are here once again. And then all we have to do is the changes are automatically saved. So we can back out and we can see all of the email sequences saved here. We can create another email sequence if we want to, and that's how we can set this up. Another thing that we can do inside of ConvertKit, aside from sequences, is we can send out broadcasts. Now, whereas sequences are a sequence of emails that are sent out automatically and they are already scheduled to send out, broadcasts are where we can send out an email immediately if we just want to instantly send an email to the email list. To do this, we just go into a new broadcast. And what you will notice about broadcasts is there are a lot more templates that we can choose from. So we can really choose from any of these. Some of these look super professional. Let's just go for this one, for example. And when this loads in, what you will notice is the email editor is slightly different, but it works in the same way. So once again, we can go up here and create a subject line. So I'm just going to call this my new software. And then we can go in and once again, we just click right here and we can make all of the changes that we need to make. Let's call this the GeForce newsletter. Just like that. And then once again, on this right-hand side, we can go ahead and change the font size. We can change the color of the font. We can change what the font actually is. For the images, we can simply click into the image right here. Then we can go ahead and replace it. So let's just replace with the same image. And then for the rest of this is pretty self-explanatory at this point. We just go through, we can make all of these changes. If we want to add anything in, you will see underneath each section or block, we have these little plus icons. If we click on this, this is then going to allow us to add different things. So if I want to add a button right here, and I can say like buy now, we can then add a URL for where we want to send people to. Change everything on this right hand side, and that is how we can set up a newsletter right there. All we need to do to send this out is click on continue in this bottom right corner. Then we can choose how we want to publish this. Of course, we want to send the email. Then we can choose the address we want to send this to, the subscribers we want to send this to, and then we can choose when we want to send this. So of course, we are going to set this to send now. Although if we want to send this tomorrow, if we are writing this in advance, then we can set this right there. And then once all that is set up, once again, we just click on this continue button to send out that email. Then the final section that I'm going to show you in this beginner's tutorial for ConvertKit is actually the email templates area. So if you already have a set template, these are all of the email templates that we have by default. But if you want to create your own email template, rather than having to build the entire email from scratch every time, we can do this right here, and you can create your own email template that you can just go in and edit. So we can click on new email template. Then we can kind of choose from a pre-template to go for. So we could basically use this as our pre-template, make our own changes, and then save this as a template that we are going to use. However, to keep this nice and simple, let's just go for text only. And then what we might want to do is go in here and add like an image of a logo. So we can go down here and go image. Then I can upload my logo right here. You can see my logo is now going to be loaded in. That's way too big. But we could basically add a logo right here. We could maybe add at the end here from Riley, just like that. And then we might even want to take this a step further and actually go in and format the email. So we could say like intro goes here. Then we could say maybe we want to put an image here. Then we can go down to the next line and say main content, another image, and then link to product. And then let's move this all the way back up. So now we can click on save right here to save this as one of our templates. And now if we go back over to broadcasts or sequences, look what we can now do. We can go add new broadcast. And the template that we just created is going to show up here. So this saves us a lot of time. We can now go in and we can start going through this. We can see the intro goes here. So I could say like, hey, it's Riley. Then we can see we need an image right here. So we just delete this, go space, go slash, and then we can add an image right here. And you get the idea. This is what we can use templates for. Now, as this is specifically a beginner's tutorial, that is where I'm going to leave this. I'm not going to cover the automate section, as the automate section is definitely more advanced. However, if you would like to see an advanced ConvertKit tutorial, then let me know in the description of this video and I will go ahead and create that. So that is my complete ConvertKit tutorial. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to smash that like button and tap that subscribe button. And until next time, take it easy.